What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition to my Mothra comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Mothra, Queen of the Monsters, issue number 3. This one is written by Sophie Campbell with artwork by Matt Frank and Sophie Campbell, and this is continuing the adventures of the Mothra solo one. Now, if you're a big fan of like the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy, there's a lot of elements from that are incorporated into this storyline. You have the time travel aspects. You have not one, but two King Ghidorah species in this thing. I think it's King Ghidorah and Ghidorah, but we also get the first appearance, I think, ever of Mecha Mothra. That's right, it's about damn time we got a Mecha Mothra. I mean, we've had Mecha Godzilla, Mechanicong. Mothra's kind of one of those big ones as well. I'm like, it's time. Like, I'm kind of glad, even if it's just for a little bit, it's cool we actually got to see Mecha Mothra in something. So, we had the two sisters, Emi and Mira, who were basically like going through time and having to try to find their means of getting into sync with one another in terms of like perfect harmony as a means to help like bring Mothra back from the present. They had to go back in the past, bring Mothra to the present to stop Megaguirus and Antra, because Antra went all like crazy off the walls and a bunch of other stuff. So they're there. They brought Megaguirus to the present, and Megaguirus is just causing all sorts of problems. So they have to kind of go in sync, and they travel what they think is back to like the past a little bit or some other time period, and then they end up in the future where we have Ghidorah and King Ghidorah and Ghidorah. So I think that's kind of cool that we actually got to see more than one Ghidorah and something. And of course, the first appearance of Mecha Mothra, which is pretty awesome. Like, Mecha Mothra, I don't know how it's going to stand a chance against both Ghidorahs, but it is cool that we actually got to see like a little bit of cool like fan creation stuff that kind of got incorporated into, I guess, the canon of like official, like an officially licensed thing. We finally got to see Mecha Mothra, and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go see that. Excuse me. As they come to find out, the not the priestesses, but like Antra kind of has their own equivalents. They call them the handmaidens, and so they're kind of in a bad spot, so they have to kind of work together to travel back once more to their time period. But then the Shobinjin, the priestesses or whatever, are also kind of in pain. And basically, like I said, the issues about them being in sync, they talk about how they couldn't control Antra, like it's like their miscommunication is kind of what led to where they're at currently, and the sisters, that kind of ties back into them. It's like, man, if only we could communicate and become like fully in sync with harmony and all that other stuff to do our thing. So we briefly spent a time in this time period, but then they end up going back, and basically they get Mothra to kind of hatch and get better skilled at their stuff to sing and bring Mothra back to full strength. And ultimately Mothra changes back into a design that feels very reminiscent of the was it Tokyo SOS Mothra? So a little bit poofy, very nice looking. So Mothra is back, and the handmaidens and the priestesses are back to basically at full strength. They're like, yeah, let's go. Now we can stop this Megaguirus problem. However, they're going to need Antra involved, because Mothra is going to need a sparring partner. So Antra kind of feels like a sort of Batra type like surrogate within this universe, because Antra is created to kind of like protect things, but kind of went off the rails. The handmaidens weren't able to kind of control it like to its full strength, or not control it, but like communicate with it properly, so it didn't go off the rails, but it kind of went a little bit mad and caused some problems, we'll say. So now they got to find a means to kind of get the two of them on the same page to stop this threat of Megaguirus, and I guess Ghidorah within like this series. So yeah, so again, very much like a Rebirth of Mothra type thing. We now have both versions of Ghidorah that appeared in that trilogy. I think the first one was Ghidorah. The second one's that weird sea monster, and you have that thing that like pees on people and heals them. Rebirth of Mothra 2 is just kind of a strange one. And then the third one was that like King Ghidorah, it shows up in it and goes back in time, and just like all sorts of wacky stuff. Like Rebirth of Mothra is like a series like I've watched a few times, but I always kind of like mix them up when I watch them. So I'll have to give it a watch again at some point, and maybe do some like videos on that series at some point. But yeah, so I thought this is a pretty decent issue. The artwork is pretty solid. We actually got introduced to a few cool things, namely, of course, the whole Mecha Mothra concept, which is something I've always kind of wanted to see, and it's kind of cool that I finally got to see it in the pages of a comic book. I'm like, hells yeah, it's time Mothra got her own mecha counterpart, because like I said, Godzilla has one, Kong has one. It's time for Mecha Mothra. Now we just need like Mecha Rodan. You know, just give us mecha counterparts of all the Toho like monsters. So I mean, Godzilla already has Mecha Godzilla, the most iconic, obviously. Then, you know, Mechanicong was in King Kong Escapes, which in fairness does predate Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla, but it's long overdue. Mothra got her own mecha counterparts. within something. So next I want to see Mecha Rodan, and then I feel like I'm pretty set, because that's kind of like the crown jewels, or because we've already got Mecha King Ghidorah. Yeah, that's right. I can't believe I forgot that one, which is like a hybrid. So yeah, like it's long overdue. Now we just need Mecha Rodan, and then we're all set. Yeah, there's other Toho monsters you could like do something with, but Mecha Anguirus, Mecha Gorosaur, just give us all mechas. Let's just see everyone with their mecha counterparts. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, pretty decent overall. Looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. Is it my favorite in the 3 issues? I don't know if I go that far. Like I said, I'm enjoying this one just fine enough. Like, it's good for Mothra to get some showcase kind of on her own again, outside of just Godzilla being involved in some capacity. Although I'm wondering if Godzilla will in some way appear within this storyline at some point. There was kind of a little tease within the first issue. I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to see him show up. At the same time, like, I want Mothra to be able to stand on her own, but we're also incorporating all these other Toho monsters. And I'm like, you gotta, like, I feel like you almost gotta have Godzilla, like, kind of cameo at the end or something. Maybe comes in to kind of help out, as, like, kind of be somebody who aids Mothra instead of Mothra aiding him. I'd like to see that. So, but we still got a few issues left in this thing, at least to my knowledge, and we'll see where it goes from here. But anyways, what did you all think of the issue? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to share more content, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you all in the next video. Got 2 more I got to catch up on before new comic books start rolling out tomorrow. So yeah, take care now. Bye-bye then. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.